You watch Network Africa on Channels Television. President Paul Biya of Cameroon is in Nigeria to begin a two-day working visit to the country. Accompanied by his wife Chantal, the Cameroonian president, who entered the presidential villa at about 2 p.m., inspected a guard of honor mounted by the presidential guards before retiring into President Buhari's office for bilateral talks. Reports indicate that both countries will sign new agreements to strengthen existing ties, as well as trade and economic relations between Nigeria and Cameroon. This is not the first time the Cameroonian president will be visiting Nigeria. President Paul Biya was in the country in 1983 and in 1991. In 2007, he did attend the swearing-in of late President Musa Yar'Adua and also attended the ceremonies marking Nigeria's 50th independence anniversary in 2010. Channels TV State House correspondent Chukwuma Nekusi joins me now for more on the president's visit. Chukwuma, thanks for joining us on the program. I know it's going to be a long wait for you outside as leaders talk about, the reasons why this visit is significant. But tell us about President Paul Biya's first few hours in the country today.
Thank you very much, Amarachi. Like you rightly reported, it is a two-day state visit. And so nothing new has happened since we reported the arrival of the Cameroonian president and his wife. They have been locked up in the president's office for bilateral, and that meeting is still ongoing. We are expecting that the moment that meeting is over, they will talk to us, but from all indications, they may not talk to journalists, State House correspondents. Today, we have been told that all press conferences will hold tomorrow because the bilateral here now will last for a very long time, and that is not going to be the end of the matter. Issues will continue at various levels until tomorrow, and then they will come up with a communique and then see if they can talk to the press on the main purpose of his visit. But if you recall, the statement by President Buhari's special advisor on media and publicity, Femi Adesina, like you rightly pointed out, indicates that they will talk about common interests, between Nigeria and Cameroon. There will be issues on cooperation against fight against terrorism, violent extremism, and cross-border crime. So we expect that they will iron out gray areas along these lines and then tell us the outcome when they finish.
Chukwuma, from the fillers you're getting around, any indication as to how significant this meeting is and the timing of President Paul Biya being in Nigeria today?
What? I can't get your question clearly, please.
Any feelings as to the significance of President Paul Biya being in the country today and, why his visit is coming at this time?
This visit, of course, is very important. If you consider the fact that Cameroon is amongst the countries that are collaborating with Nigeria in the fight against Boko Haram. And there are also indications that some of those countries that are collaborating with Nigeria are not fully cooperative in this fight against terrorism. And that's why it's become important for the Nigerian president to call attention of presidents like Paul Biya to what he is hearing. There are indications that when terrorists attack, they fly into the neighboring countries like Cameroon and Niger, and they harbor them. That would be absurd, and so it is important that this fight against terrorism is holistic and must continue until the war is won. So it is becoming important for them to review this collaboration, and I think that would be a major significance of this trip.
Chukwuma, give us a sense of the sort of ministers and the people in President Paul Biya's entourage were in Nigeria for this meeting?
We have seen the ministers of finance. We have seen the ministers for foreign affairs, the ministers for interior, the ministers for defense for both countries, and what have you. The only minister that has walked out of the meeting that we saw walk out of the meeting was the Minister of Power, Housing, and Works. I don't think this will concern him, which means that the issues that are being discussed here will majorly center on security issues, you know, and cross-border crimes and violent extremism as reported.
Thank you so much, Chukwuma, for joining us on Network Africa. I know you're still camped outside of the doors of that meeting as it takes place in Abuja, and I know you'll be updating us on the progress of the meeting as both leaders discuss. Our correspondent Chukwuma Onekwusi from Abuja. Now, a maritime report has revealed the ransoms of up to $400,000 have been paid to gangs which hijacked ships in the Gulf of Guinea in 2015. According to the report, the region was the most dangerous in the world for seafarers, with pirates becoming more violent. It says a total of 32 seafarers had been kidnapped so far this year, compared with 15 in 2015. Kidnapping for ransom took place mainly in the oil-producing areas off the coast of Nigeria. A spike in kidnappings appeared to be linked to the political developments in the country, according to the reports. But there had also been a sharp drop in oil theft last year, with the report put down to improved patrolling of Nigeria's waters and the fall in oil prices, which is making it less profitable. Still ahead on Network Africa, it is World Press Freedom Day. Join us again for the discussion.